Rundown last day in Vegas. So it is the 9th. Bang.
Wow.
Bang. So Kevin, the Tank, myself, brought to you by Mango RX. They've been everywhere this week sponsoring us, so thank you. Better sex. Who doesn't want that? Everybody wants better sex. Mango is clinically proven to help you stay hard. Very important. Fast-acting ED formula. I tried it. I was hard for all night. When they gave it to me.
TMI, bro. TMI.
No, I'm saying it works.
Okay.
I was just in bed. ED formula contains the same, by myself, same active
Settle down,
ingredients.
Drake.
and Viagra, Cialis, and a rapid dissolve tablet put right under the tongue for optimized bedroom performance. Takes effect only in 10 minutes, not an hour, like other treatments. Get a free online consultation today. It's prescribed. And if prescribed, Mango will ship discreetly to you. No awkward doctor visits. It's affordable, so you get more bang for your buck. Man up and visit MangoRx.com to start performing your best in bed. Man up and visit MangoRx.com to start performing your best in bed. So Super Bowl's starting to pick up, starting to get stories, definitely getting much busier here in Vegas.
There's the girls at the door with the
everything.
Yeah, the sparkles on and shit. It's turning into a spectacle for sure.
So, I mean, I think the number one story everyone's talking about, Billy Epler, the Mets GM, suspended for cheating.
It's a witch hunt.
And the thing that I find and I'm glad we were able to put this particular crew together, because one of the guys to my direct left, I think, is a rational, call it as you see it guy, and the other guy lives in rainbows and gumdrops. And my question so
Billy Epler,
the Mets stink, right? We know that.
Yes.
He was the GM with basically an unlimited budget. They stink. It's one thing to, you hear teams, Patriots, they did this, they did that. Michigan, they did this, they did that. We win championships. To be caught cheating and to be the worst team in the league, you know what the guy to my far left would say? Will Pawn era all over. To be cheating, suspended, and still suck.
Epler's gone. What are we talking about? We don't care about Epler anymore. It's the Stern Show. It's the Stern Show, Frank. We don't give a fuck about Epler.
Is without doubt going to go down in history as one of the worst general managers. He's been suspended a year. I can't imagine anyone being.
Who hired him?
The
Mets had a nightmare. Remember, they had the guy with the sexting scandal.
But who hired all these people? Who was the owner?
Cohen.
Uncle Stevie?
Yes, he's hired.
No.
He's hired
Listen,
Frank, a pervert, a drunk, and an incompetent buffoon.
No, listen, Frank.
That's what Sweet
He has.
Frank,
a pervert,
you
a
know the
drunk,
story.
and an incompetent buffoon.
Frank, you know the deal. You know that.
What is wrong with what he just said is true?
They've had their eye on Stearns forever, and they were playing the waiting game for that with a bunch of fucking jamokes in the meantime, who turned out to be a pervert and a drunk, and now they've got their guy.
I mean, Billy and Epler, to tell you how incompetent this guy is. This guy was, before we used GM of the Mets, he was general manager of the Angels. He couldn't build a playoff team around Shohei and Trout. That is how
he did build. I mean, he built the 22 team was good, man. I mean, he built a good team.
And the Angels are a team in ruins. There might be no major league team worse shape right now than the Los Angeles Angels, and Billy Epler did that. And if they the Mets, the best thing is this investigation is what got him fired.
So that's what I'm saying.
He's gone.
You just said you got your guy. If he wasn't caught cheating.
No, they were waiting for Stearns was. They've been trying to talk to Stearns for years, and the Brewers kept blocking them. He was an assistant scout. He was a lower level. And they were we want him to be president of baseball operations. And the Brewers always said, you're not allowed to talk to him.
Well, he was
kind of
general
a fucked
manager.
up move.
He was general manager.
Yeah, and then he was general manager. And so as soon as his contract was up, he came over. So in the meantime, the guy we hired ended up being a pervert. Can't see that coming. And then the next guy got a DUI.
I don't know. It just seems like the guy hiring, maybe, he doesn't have the most sterling reputation from Wall Street. Maybe he hires crooks, perverts, and fucking thieves.
I cannot condone the pervert behavior, but I always like a little bit of bend the rules. I'm okay with
bend
that.
the rules and being last.
This guy
also, this is some. Do you really think this is that bad of an infraction?
He manipulated
cares?
the injured list.
Everybody does this, by the way.
Well, yes,
literally everybody does it.
It's totally true.
And there really genuinely is like people do not like Steve Cohen, so there is like a witch hunt against the Mets any chance they get.
Yeah, it's
like
been,
like
it's
if the
been
Mets
bad.
did what the Dodgers did with Ohtani.
They will.
Oh my God! There's a thing called the Cohen tax because they wanted to
Yes.
stop Steve Cohen from doing what he does. But if they gave somebody money and said, "But we're only paying you $2 million a
fine,
year,"
Kevin.
the world would be like, "Get Cohen out of baseball."
but
So
that's-
instead, what they do is they find some injured list day-to-day manipulation. Who gives a fuck about
Which
that?
was
Well, yeah, but you've cared a lot about the stuff, like whether it's Deflategate. My point is not even that. It's like if you're gonna cheat, you can't
But
stink.
that's not like.
Like got suspended for a year.
You're
so
not
it's something.
You're not gonna win a World Series or lose a World Series whether you manipulate the injured list or not. It's like everybody does this. Retroactive to this date or that date to get a different another man up on the roster. Who cares? What are we talking about?
Well, I just
what are we talking about?
I just think
Injured
it-
list manipulation.
I
What's the
think
next topic?
I
This
think
rundown
it's
stinks.
Embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. This rundown's
Well,
embarrassing.
Billy Epler is just a total
lead story.
clueless.
Everyone- the Mets
front,
are-
front page news of the Super Bowl.
The Mets are the laughing stock of the sports world yet again, Frank.
I'm telling you, they're going to lose
What's the
110.
next
They're going to lose
topic?
100 plus games this year, and all these prospects, they're all going to be bust because that's how it is in the Mets. Every prospect they hype up, like Brett Beatty, is a total bust.
That part's good.
Brett Beatty is the worst player in baseball. This guy's going to have more errors than home runs this year. This guy's going.
Pete Alonso panned out. Brandon
Yeah,
Nimmo
well,
panned out.
and they still haven't signed him. Why haven't we signed him, Kevin? Why haven't we signed Pete Alonso?
We do need to sign
They're
Pete
going to
Alonso.
trade him, get nothing in return. He's going to hit 50, 60 home runs elsewhere, and we're going to be in last place for the next 10 years.
I will say,
right.
Frank, I will say this: we have
right.
we have butted heads on everything. I am very much aligned with you on Pete Alonso. If they don't sign him, that's going to be a major problem.
I'll say this, Frank. You
Will
weren't
Palmer
here.
would have signed Alonso by now.
100%, Frank.
Because
100%.
that would
do this?
He's the
that would
face
have
of the
been
set this up?
franchise.
Yes, that
Do
would
you
have been the face
say-
of the franchise.
Let me ask you a
and
question.
it would have been embarrassing not to sign
you
him.
talk before the
And they
rundown?
would have done that just for the hype.
This is
That
a
would have
setup.
been
This is a
one-
setup.
The one.
is a setup.
Yeah,
The
you
one
can
thing he
put
would
your
throw
hat
out of
on.
hands,
Correct.
And
Correct.
they'll be saying
Correct.
that right.
Correct.
But he would have did this.
There
Would
is
have been taken care
no
of.
chance.
100%.
There's no chance that Dave doesn't say to Frank ahead of the rundown. Yo, at some point say the Will Ponce would have done it.
No,
there's
I
no
didn't.
chance that's not true.
Did we talk about that
I've
before?
been-
Because then you're an
no,
idiot.
I've been saying that on my podcast.
You're an idiot.
I've
You're
been saying
an
that on my
idiot.
podcast.
Then you're an idiot.
Because the
You're
Will
an
Ponce
idiot.
care.
Well, he's
You're
right
an
about
idiot.
everything. He's right about everything.
The Will Ponce care about the press, and the
Yeah,
press.
they do.
If they would have kept Pete Alonso and signed him, they would have gotten
Idiot.
the
Frank's right.
rosy press coverage.
Listen, and you weren't there, Frank. We were talking seriously with Kevin. Like, when are you going to say Frank is right? Because you've been right about everything. The Mets are worse off right now than they were in the Wilpon era. And
I've never gone into a season
That's so not
with
true.
the
I've never-
lowest hope. Yeah,
It's just crazy.
with more dread and hopelessness than I have gone into this season.
This season is
And-
going to be bad. I
and-
absolutely admit that.
and their
but they are
and-
so much better replaced for the
and their
future. Signing
prospects.
funny.
I've seen their prospects. I've seen Drew Gilbert.
seen them all.
Drew Gilbert is the smallest baseball player I've ever seen.
He's tiny.
Everything they are putting in
Drew
place
Gilbert
is for
is
the
not what
long-term
Drew Gilbert-
success of the franchise.
You can't be
Hey,
more than
Frank,
5'2".
Frank, do you want to
Yeah,
be?
he's like 5'2".
Do you want to be like the Dodgers?
Do
Do you want to be like the Dodgers? Yes or no?
Yeah, we're,
Yeah. You want to be like the Dodgers? Yes or no?
Yes, but
And
we're
you don't
nowhere
get
near
that
the Dodgers.
overnight.
We're like the Angels.
You don't get that overnight.
Why not? They just spent all this money.
That's not how you become like the Dodgers. That's
The
not
Dod-
how the Dodgers and the Astros do it. You have to build up
No,
your
the
international players. You
Astros
have to
are very
build up
different.
your,
Well, I look at the Dodgers just get every free agent.
and the Astros and the Dodgers both.
Well, yeah,
are sustained long-term
But the
success.
Dodgers
right?
do it by
And
spending
they do
money.
it very different. Yeah, they.
Well, you guys
and
are.
what-
Yeah, if you guys want
and
to be
what the Mets are
Astros
gonna
with,
do-
with Stevie,
if
Stevie
you are
closes
building-
wallet, right?
They are building up their farm to a point that they have a constant
He just
supply
said,
of
who's
good
the
players.
guy, the 5'2" guy? He just said.
Dave, this is a team that over the last 20 years has sent fewer players to the majors. Less than 10. They're the only team that is, of the players drafted, they have sent less than 10%.
Bond.
They didn't
Will
fire
Bond.
anybody. Nobody's changed. It's still the same
disgusting.
people drafting and
No,
sitting
it's
there.
not. No, it's not.
Yeah, dude, they only fired him after last year. But that means it's going to take at least 5 years before this team is even close to contending.
If you,
guess
if,
what?
It's
It takes a long time to turn around the worst team
They
in baseball.
had their moment. They blew that 30-game lead, which Frank correctly predicted to the Braves, and you guys have been dead since. You haven't won a game
The
since.
worst thing they did was the trade deadline, where they did nothing. They brought in Daniel Vogelback.
But nobody did it. It was
Stinks.
that was a
Darren
that was a
Ruff
dry
stinks.
market, Frank. Who would you want?
They could have gotten
There was nobody. Nobody got anybody at that deadline, Frank.
The trades were bad.
Motherfucker.
We got Tyler Nyquil,
Horrible.
and Michael Givens up the lead.
I always tell myself I'm not going to engage in it, and I do it every time.
Well, you get engaged. He's kicking your ass. The beautiful thing about this is there's a scoreboard, and the Mets' record is the scoreboard. And right now, Frank's running it up. Moving on, Bill O'Brien.
Actually, before we move on, I was talking to Jenks in the car, and they are the Frank the Tank Industries, if you will, are basically game planning for the inevitable ban of Frank the Tank from Citi Field.
No, I don't think they can ban him.
He's already on the no-fly list for arson, Dave.
For what?
Arson, like burn. You know, like you burn something down.
I did that for the
I know, but I'm just saying you are on a list for arson.
No, listen.
Let me tell the story.
Steve Cohen is a powerful guy.
They were on a phone call with I don't know, Mets corporate, right? And they were saying, we know you're a season ticket holder, but we've had some issues, and we had this arson situation where you were setting things on fire in the parking lot, and we're telling you we can't have that anymore. We will be forced to take action if you fuck up again. And they read through the whole spiel, and they're like, okay, do you have any questions, Frank? And there's a pause, and he's like, you need to change the Mets logo on the field behind home plate. When it's orange, we don't win. It needs to be blue. You changed it in 2017, and it's been all downhill. And then there was silence, and the guy was like, Linda, are you still on the line? Can you, I don't know, can you take care of that?
Yeah, listen,
if he gets banned, there will be
they'll burn the stadium down.
You want to talk about arson?
They cannot ban Frank the Tank.
If they ban me, Steve Cohen will only make me stronger.
It's true.
It's like
Thanos, man.
It's a Goodell situation with me.
It's like Obi-Wan. If you strike me down, you'll never understand how much more powerful I can
but I think the Mets actually know that because you would have been banned probably already.
I also think
their hands are tied.
I really genuinely believe that Frank Walks is going to become a mega
me too.
Mega thing on the internet.
Yeah,
I really do. Frank, I think is really great, and I think a lot of celebrities are going to get involved. And I think once that's really cooking,
Mike Francesa
he'll become one of the most likable guys on the internet after being the fucking loudest and most obnoxious guy on the internet.
Mike Francesa next week.
What's that? Mike Francesa next week. And I think I know Jerry Ferrara said he's down. I think that the guests are going to start rolling in, and once you have
Jerry Ferrara's Turtle, right?
Yeah.
Does Jersey Jerry know that? Oh no, he doesn't like the other one.
Yeah, right. Jerry's great. Jerry's awesome. Once that happens, man, you're like the darling. The Mets won't be able to fuck with you at all. You'll be bulletproof.
The Mets can't fuck with him now.
Probably.
He's got him over the barrel. Bill O'Brien. Oh, wait. BodyArmor. We got right here the Zero Sugar. We were drinking them on Frank's Walk. Speaking of that, brought to you by BodyArmor Zero Sugar. BodyArmor Zero Sugar is the new Zero Sugar sports drink for our friends at BodyArmor with no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're looking to stay hydrated or recovering from a long weekend, BodyArmor Zero Sugar has got you covered. BodyArmor Zero Sugar, great tasting flavors like fruit punch, lemon, lime. It's a long week out here in Vegas. It is. I was saying, I'm old.
It's a long one.
I'm exhausted. I haven't gone out.
Dude, the whole company is kind of I don't think anybody really
No,
partied.
I don't think anybody's been going out.
Yeah.
It's a long week. We got the refreshing BodyArmor Zero Sugar everywhere we go. Available in stores nationwide, but you can head on over to BodyArmor store on Amazon and get yours today. This is more of a me story. Bill O'Brien, Ohio State offensive coordinator, resigned. He's going to take the BC job. He never had it. I was laughing. I think that's funny. The guy, the offensive coordinator that they were bragging about, he already left. It means he's undefeated against Michigan. BC. They're saying Chip Kelly will now replace him, so that's a pretty good replacement. Still, I find that funny. I guess
I saw that tweet from Double Vodka Don that you retweeted that was like, we're going to empty the clip.
Yeah,
we got him calling the plays. We got him running the show, all that. Yeah.
Troy Smith, did you remember him, the old quarterback? He's been up my ass. He sent me, Ohio State people are so dumb. He sent me he tweeted at me, Michigan is irrelevant. We're the national champs. Can you send a dumber tweet?
Not only that, the most talked about team of the year too, drama and all
the
that.
defending national champs irrelevant. Troy Smith, that is the we don't know how to read program at Ohio State.
We asked Big Ev.
Didn't the new coach, He was their interim. Like whenever Harbaugh was suspended, this guy did a great job.
Yeah.
This guy should be a great coach.
Sharon Moore, I love him.
What we asked Big Ev this on Barstool Radio,
see if I
like
can pull
when
the
he was
exact
like,
tweet.
a corpse afterwards. What would it take? How can Ohio State get back into like the picture of you being like their rival? Like if they win the next 2 rivalry games, so they have to win a national
They gotta
championship.
win a national championship.
What if they don't win a national championship, but they win the next head-to-head matchup for the next couple
Man,
years?
I mean, this year, who knows with Michigan? I mean, I'm honest. Half the team's gone. The coach is gone.
Right.
It is a playoff system this year. So, like,
True.
there's 12 teams, so they can still get in it. Let's see if we find.
But so nothing short of a
That's the Ev tweet that I retweeted. That I retweeted today. He was taking the victory lap.
addition by subtraction.
What did he send me? Let me find it. Is this?
Yeah, the original one was like, we've got Ryan Day is the head of the operations. We've got Bill O'Brien calling the shots on the field. Empty the clip. We're back. Yeah, Dave's timeline retweeted it. It's literally the polar opposite of addition by subtraction and all that stuff.
Let me see. I think he tweeted at me. Where was it?
There it is. We're coming for it all. Day is the CEO of the program. O'Brien calling the plays. Let's ride. Reload the clip.
But that's Ev when it happened.
Right,
And here's
and then now
here's
the new
Troy
one today.
Smith today at 8:57 at me. Your team is irrelevant. And then he's like, double vodka. I'll send you some merch. Troy Smith,
Maybe
Wolverine killer.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe he thinks you're a BC fan or something. No,
No, he knows I'm Michigan.
Yeah.
To say that Michigan is there's just Ohio State people. It's not even fun to argue. They're so dumb.
Well,
they're just dummies.
when Troy Smith was there, he probably dominated
They
Michigan,
did,
right?
but
it's
I
like,
mean,
who cares? That's
yeah,
that's
good,
however
good.
long
Black
ago.
and white TV, buddy.
Yeah.
So Chip Kelly's going to leave being the head coach at UCLA to go to OC.
I think he was already
OC.
done at UCLA, wasn't he? Yeah, there's
I
no
didn't know
way
he
he's
got fired.
stepping down from the head coach to go OC.
You know this means this isn't just hiring an offensive coordinator. This is hiring your potential replacement if you don't beat Michigan. this
For
year.
sure.
This is
That
this is if,
definitely feels
This
that
is
way.
if you don't beat Michigan, you're gone,
Chip
baby.
Kelly is coming, yeah.
Raising
for sure.
Cane's, we know the orange peel theory is going around, but have you heard of the extra cane sauce theory? Couples who don't automatically get their significant other an extra cane sauce when ordering are doomed to fail. Whenever the craving strikes for something hot, fresh, and delicious, dip into your local Raising Cane's. I actually saw Todd Graves. He's here at the Super Bowl now. Get them cooked to order chicken fingers with freshly squeezed lemonade. And remember, don't forget
this
the extra
sauce
sauce for
looks
you
good.
and yours, because if you're like me, you are constantly running out since it tastes so good with the chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries, and buttery Texas toast. Now you know that extra sauce is a must. You'll never fail. Cane's also has a great merch lineup. They just recently dropped a collab with Teletease that includes some exclusive stackable hair accessories, perfect for every Raising Cane's fan. Dip into RaisingCanes.com to get your order and merchant now. Satisfy your Cane's fix. There really is no other option. My favorite chicken finger on the market. Lamar, the MVP, 2-time MVP. He's getting into it's almost bad to win MVPs.
I
if
agree.
You're gonna,
I was almost going to say,
Yeah.
you don't want it, right?
You want it, but you don't, because it's like it just draws attention to the fact of
Yes.
what everybody
if
says.
You, if you have a
playoffs.
chip, you want to win as many as you can. The last thing you want to be is the guy
That
who
keeps
had everything
stacking
else.
you're right.
You had the accolades and the stats, but the one thing that didn't matter. Because really, at the end of the day, I'm sure you get some bonuses and shit, whatever, right? But
Right now,
all that is, it's crazy to say, but all that is a negative.
Right now, his postseason numbers aren't good.
No, they're horrible.
No.
He's terrible.
I mean, he beat C.J. Stroud, a rookie,
They killed him. They beat him easy.
But he's lost two or three
and also
home playoff games.
not also lost, but looked like he was outmatched
Yeah,
and
yeah.
overplayed.
When you make
Didn't he have
him
that quote,
throw-
by the way? Didn't he have a quote prior to the game saying I don't like playing against Mahomes because he's so good?
No, I don't think he said that.
I don't think he said that
I
either,
do.
but-
I do. I think he was it's not I don't enjoy competing against him.
I don't think he said that.
I'm pretty sure he did.
We're gonna go to teletape. If he said it, I don't think he's saying like how you said it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was more giving Mahomes his respect, but it kind of came off to me as I don't want the smoke. So to me, he has not been a rise to the occasion guy at all.
He hasn't. I don't think he said that though. I will say when you force him to throw, but
I don't like competing against him at all. Literally the quote.
Oh my God.
Literally verbatim what I said.
That's not. You don't want. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that from your quarterback.
So,
You
like,
want-
to me,
you want
that-
to hear,
I'd have
I
to
want to
see-
beat
I'd
him.
have to see the the.
What do you
way.
mean?
No, I mean reading it versus like the.
But that's what I mean. Like even I'm sure what he was saying is like, yo, that dude is awesome. I don't like complaining against him. Like, but you can't say that.
No, that's something you shouldn't say. I will say,
What
like,
context would make
I
that
like,
okay?
I don't think he is a guy who really cares about the MVPs. Like, he wants to win. He's just not winning. Some guys,
Like what he said after that. It's a two up and coming greats going toe to toe like a heavyweight fight. Fine. I don't like competing against him at all. I don't care what the context is. You do
That
not say
doesn't-
that.
No, the first part is good. We're two up and coming quarterbacks.
Yeah, right.
Sure. And he goes, I want to
best against
I
the
want to
best.
show I'm better than
Yes.
this.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's
what
a
you wanna
weird
hear.
quote to say. That's for
Yep.
sure. But again, there's some
That's the
guys,
sort of shit that makes me be like, he's not the guy.
Like
Get rid of
Kyrie
him.
Irving would rather win an MVP than a title. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Lamar's not like that. He
No, he
just
wants
isn't
it,
winning.
yeah.
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 NASCAR, the most iconic race in motorsports, the Great American Race, 500 miles, 200 laps on the 2.5 mile long track. Daytona 500 starts 2:30 p.m. Eastern on February 18th on Fox. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You see, he slapped Cody.
Dude, what the WWE just pulled off
Brilliant.
is fucking incredible.
Brilliant. Daytona 500 Grand Marshal pre-race featuring Pitbull, Mr. International, star drivers Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain, and Bubba Wallace. The Daytona 500, the most iconic race
We're
in
going.
motorsports, is
First time I'm
finally
going
here.
down there.
Tune in on February 18th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox. You're going?
Yeah. Me,
You've never been?
Feidelberg, Frankie, Laura. It's a weird like hodgepodge. crew,
Have you
but
ever gone to
never-
NASCAR?
Nope.
So
I'm
I
very
loved it.
excited. Yeah.
I loved it. I didn't think I'd like it. Now, whatever, it's NASCAR. It's not my favorite. It is the most iconic. I like Talladega more. It's still great to see and go. And I kind of fell in love with NASCAR a little bit. I really enjoyed going
I can
to
see
it.
that happening for sure.
Famous relationship that just went official, I guess. Kim Kardashian, Odell. Perfect relationship.
I didn't know that until right now. That is perfect.
Oh, no.
Perfect.
That is
They're-
a match made in heaven.
Perfect.
Well, you know what those two do? They just like sit on the couch searching their own names on Twitter,
Perfect.
and they just talk about themselves and how many followers they got or whatever. Oh,
Yeah, when
it's a
official.
little bit actually a little bit late for Odell. Like a couple of years ago would have been better for them because he's a little bit on the decline. But
Well, I feel like they're at the same kind of stage, though. Like, Kim's not as... I don't know. I mean, she's still huge,
Yeah.
but perfect.
but just perfect. together.
Perfect.
Put out a
Yeah,
sex
yeah.
tape for those two and call it a day.
I mean, Odell Beckham might he made that catch, which might be one of the most overrated catches of all time.
A lot of people make those catches. It's still a great
Yeah,
catch.
I think the
Great
catch is
catch.
pretty good, but it's also what
A lot of
came
people
of
do
that.
it.
Of that
Yeah, like,
catch.
everyone-
Like not everyone gets crowned like
Everyone thought it was
quarterback,
everyone
receiver
thought
all
it
the
was
time.
like the greatest catch in the NFL history.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
those
Giants
catches...
lost that game.
Right, and it
Well,
launched
he
him
didn't- he
into
didn't
being
care.
like this,
Those catches
Jerry
happen.
Rice or something.
Those catches happen once a week
Yeah,
between
with
college or
with the
pro.
gloves,
Totally.
with the
Yeah,
gloves.
gloves are
When
a game-
that
yeah, game
catch is not unique anymore.
Yeah,
Jets owners. This was brutal what he said about Zach Wilson. He was on the red carpet. So there's Woody Johnson. That's your owner's name. He and I guess he's like, we got to make the playoffs. He was putting pressure on my friend Joe Douglas, Salah, is it
Saleh.
Robert Saleh.
Yeah, saying they got to make the playoffs. Too much talent. And then he said, we didn't have a backup quarterback last year. We need to get a backup quarterback. That is, people just love dragging Zach Wilson. That is a tough thing to be said.
Zach Wilson looks like 80s teen movie, the bad guy,
Yeah.
the bully.
Just the way
Karate
he looks. Kid, Billy Zapka.
Yeah.
Billy
It's
Zapka.
the leg, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like he
gets
his
dragged, though.
vibes. His
well, he
vibes.
stinks, but he does get dragged unfairly at times.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's bad, but he hasn't.
I mean,
played-
he's like statistically the worst ever. Bad.
all right.
so
Well,
that's tough.
You guys
but,
like just throwing people.
but
under
it
the bus.
is-
That's not how I work.
But at the same time, it is like.
you don't need the owner saying that.
Right, and it's always the owner, man. It's Dolan with the Knicks. It was the Wilpons
Well,
with
he
the Mets.
hasn't-
It's Woody Johnson with the Jets. It's like
Is Woody Johnson bad?
yeah.
He has.
They're all clowns, man.
I
Woody
didn't
Johnson.
think- I didn't think
clowns.
Woody Johnson really got involved.
What happened with Woody Johnson is there was like a bidding. I think it might have even been between Dolan and Woody Johnson about when Leon Hess died. His family sold a team, and Bill Parcells is still part of the team. Bill Parcells spent talking to Woody Johnson, and he said that I can't work with this guy. Quit.
Yeah, he's not great. He's not great. But Zach Wilson had his moment when they came back against the Chiefs. They won against the Eagles. It was like, maybe there is something there. And then the season goes on. And it's like, no, there's not. So I think they should just move on from him. Kind of like what they did with Sam Darnold. Like, let him go somewhere else.
I think they moved on from him. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like truly, like let him go. Maybe he's a backup somewhere. Maybe he thrives somewhere. But it's fucking done here.
Zach Wilson.
I wouldn't even like. There was that period of time where he said he didn't want to take the field. He was like, I don't want to be the starting quarterback. Fuck you guys. When you reach that point, it's over.
And you're but that there was like a meeting in the Jets of coaches, and one of the coaches leaked that out.
Yeah.
And Robert Saleh was almost like, I'm going to grab each one of your cell phones and find out who leaked this out. He was like furious.
Well, that's the other thing. Salah's record's not good. He's been around for a while. He's not like the new coach anymore. It's like you have a lot of wins and losses under your belt, and it's a lot more losses, brother. So I don't know at what point they start to move on from him.
I'm not sure. I think
it's this year. They need Aaron Rodgers are going to have to be very good this year.
Yeah.
I think there's a very good chance that if the Jets get off to like a 3-3 start, Salah's gone before.
I kind of agree with
Halloween.
that. Because I also think Aaron Rodgers will be like, I'm not fucking around. I don't have a lot of time, so we're not going to like ride this out.
Yeah, I see Salah beginning of the season where the Jets have to start like 4-1.
Yeah,
or he's in trouble.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
That's all the topics I got. We did trivia, Frank, last night. Frank is here. Yep, very good.
Gary V was your surprise
Oh,
guest?
Gary V was terrific.
I could see him being very good at trivia.
You know what's funny is I looked him up. His birthday is like the day after me.
Wow,
so it's like
crazy.
So it was like
he got a lot of points for you?
Yeah, he did. He was very good.
That was a good. Did everybody get to like pick their surprise person?
Yeah, I think so.
That was a good pick.
We had Greg Olson.
I heard Josh Allen was very good.
Josh Allen was supposedly very good at trivia, and then it was Carrot Top. Those are the four. Greg was great. I mean, Greg was great. He was at first he had some event. He's like, I'm gonna have to go. He got so competitive. He's texting me. He's like, when's the next one? It's like we've only do this.
Wait, did he? So he had to leave to go to?
No, we got eliminated, but he didn't leave. He didn't leave.
Oh.
He stayed and watched the whole thing and just was like muttering.
It is
to
funny.
himself.
It was funny. We were interviewing Burt Kreischer and Tom Segura, and Feidelberg had to leave early. And they were like, what do you mean, man? Like, we just started. And he was like, I got to go do this thing. And they're like, what is it? And he was like, it's our trivia league. And to regular people, they're like, what, you losers? What are you talking about? It's fucking amazing.
Once people get in it, like Josh loved it too. So that, and then
the waddle, by the way.
All right, Claire Danes, final answer. Frank gets won the Sin City Showdown. Another live event title for Frank Getz. Thank you to the app. Correct answer, Carrie Russell. Let's get you out of here. Frank, he's your daddy. What are you doing? He's your daddy. All right, come on over here in the front, everybody. Come on over here in the front. You're game.
You waddled, right?
Was awesome.
But here's the thing, and it was great. But the Bills own you guys.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only problem with the waddle.
I had to get some pride for the Dolphins.
Yeah, no, I do believe somebody in the background was like, "What's Frank even doing right now?"
Yeah.
But you gotta get your licks in.
Yes.
Do it.
I mean, the Bills own us.
No, we're not good. We missed our double. That was my fault. The captain of the year didn't do it.
I am shocked that Clem did not get that question right. Michael Kadire.
That killed us.
Was it for the Met? Like about him on the Mets?
It was. They described his career. He began his career.
He says he had
the Minnesota Twins and then won a batting title with the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah, and that was our double.
I remember that's a big reason the Mets signed him is because he won a batting title with the Colorado Rockies.
That was our double. He said Clem after that he just blocks out Kadire.
We called him Michael Cadaver.
He just he's like he has like a spot in his brain that can't.
I was on the way to the hospital when Shea was being born, and the news announced that the Mets that he retired and the money was off the books, and I like stopped everything to blog it. I was like, we're free from fucking Kadire.
He said he's not gonna like him. I'm gonna text Clem right now.
He didn't call he wasn't going to use a friend, was he?
Well, it was a double. He doubled it, so he couldn't call.
Oh,
anybody.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I would have been there for that one for sure.
I'm saying it right now, you're getting dragged by Frank for not getting Kadire.
Should we call him?
We can't. Yeah, I don't know when he was traveling.
I actually saw him after the show, and I even told him. I said, "I cannot believe you didn't get that."
Yeah, he must have been very mad at himself. But I do understand what he's saying. There are those dark years. It's like
he's double baseball. We're usually fucking great at it. So, and then the blackjack.
Can you explain the system a little better? Because I don't really gamble, so I didn't quite get it.
Yeah. So, if you've been paying attention this week, Will Compton and Taylor Lewan go gamble with Dana White at his casino or the place he gambles at, Red Rocks, in and they just win every night. Every night. I play blackjack. We're in Vegas. Every night I wake up, oh, well, Compton, I won 10 grand. I won 10 grand. I'm up 30 grand for the week. Taylor's up more. He's like, I'm up 250 grand a week. And I'm just looking, I'm like, what the fuck? And I was
starting to think like something's actually going on. This is
Well,
like a
there is,
promotional thing. This is like
So I'm like, what
fake
is
fugazi.
going on? They're like, just say how much you want to win. It's like, that's it. I just go in and I'm like, all right, I want to win 100 grand. It's like, well, you can't do that. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to win 60 grand. That was my number. So we go in. They're saying you go one at a time. And what you do, if you sit down and you bet and you win, you get up. So if Dan wants to win 10, he bets 10, he wins, he gets up and leaves. If you just the second you hit your number, you get up. Fine. You can lose that way. It
But
still
like there's
didn't make
only
sense.
one person playing at a time, you mean?
That's how they said it. And everyone cheers for them, and you get
Got it.
the tunnel of chaos, and everyone's just cheering for you.
Got it.
So I went, and Dana's there. He's playing. So I went first, and the most you can bet is 30 grand. I said 60. First hand, 30, I won. Second hand, I split. So that's two hands, one in both. So I won 90. I'm up and out. Celebration, 2 seconds. Next guy goes.
Easiest 90 grand you ever made.
Okay.
Game time, Dave. Double that.
Good.
You might have to go the main.
Don't double that. Don't double that.
9?
Listen to Dana. Listen to Dana. Listen to Dana.
I'm rooting for this one. So what? Everyone said you listen to Dana.
I'm too small.
I would have done it. I would have done it, Dave.
Don't double that.
No. I mean,
No,
you're
fucking
trying to get my
listen,
mojo.
listen to
You're
Dana.
trying to
He's
get
got
my
a fucking seven show, and if he gets a goofy number, he's gonna lose 30 grand.
Listen,
Who's telling the double? You? No, I
did that.
He said that. I didn't say shit. I told him. Taylor Dana.
Somebody beat Steiny up, please. That was a huge win for him. You don't double that.
Nice.
Now you slip.
Big action. 8-8. Let's go.
Taylor, right there, he's got 60.
8
Well-
Let's go.
Give him an 8.
That's okay.
Oh, there we go.
Big.
Motherfucker. Motherfucker. You stay there.
Boss one time.
Motherfucker. Big one. Yeah!
Good. Yeah, walk. Easy here.
Wow. Win.
I'll come back every night. Let's do that. Now, where this gets interesting
Is when you lose, right? I mean,
yes, but, and I don't think it would have applied to me. I took out a credit line. They know I have money. Dana is like their dads. Like,
Right.
Will Compton was down 400 grand. And Dana was the one betting for Will.
Got
and
it.
Dana was going to sit there
Until
he got him up.
so if there was ever a moment you had to cut off, Will would have been down 400 grand.
If Will was
right.
betting his own money,
He
he
would've
would have
been
had to get up
cooked.
and get off the table and be down 300 grand.
I see.
So
you just have to have unimaginable wealth and
You
a
have
free
to have a friend
credit line at the casino.
who is wildly generous and willing, like.
But also, doesn't the casino have to be like? Cause
No, well, how
casino
much
can
money
never
is
cut you
fucking
off?
Dana White's a fucking billionaire,
right,
I
but
think.
they can't ever be like, we're not going to just
Not
let you
with somebody
play
you can pay.
Right.
So you like
So you have to have a billionaire friend who
who's,
bankrolls you
willing,
and plays
who's
for you.
even willing to do that.
Right,
So
right.
it's like.
Who would you do that for? Is there anybody you would do that for?
So I won 90 and I walked out with 50. I don't even know where the other 40 went because
What, you pay the Dana White tax? Is that how it works?
Well, no, it was like, so not everyone had chips. So the next person sat down there using my chips. If they lost, Dana would then, like, I didn't keep shoveling. Dana would then be like, I got it. He'd put it all in and then things are going quick.
So you
and
win and you don't take your chips? You leave them?
I took my chips, but then
Okay.
I was loaning them to like Dan, PFT, Austin, like one after another, Hank, and it got confusing how fast. And I think Dana was forgetting it, or not forgetting, but Dana was putting up like millions almost of his own money. So I'm not gonna be like, hey, you owe me that 5 for my guys. Like Dana's staking fucking Hank. You don't even know who he is.
Right,
you know? So
right.
Dana made sure every single Barstool guy walked out a winner. There was no way.
With like,
there was
how
no
much?
way a Barstool
But
guy.
what was like the lowest winner?
5. Austin won 5.
Still, I mean, Austin must be over the fucking moon.
Yeah. So Dan was saying on the way, he's like, Brandon Walker's gonna be so mad. Like Jerry won 10. Anybody who showed up was walking out winning at least $5,000. Dana wasn't going to allow
it.
people.
Yeah, I mean, he would
not
stay till
to
the
win.
sun comes up, right?
Unless
But
you
I mean,
lost
even-
every hand for. But
you have
Dana
to
was
lose like 100 in a row.
Dana
right?
was willing to. I don't know. He was down $400,000 or $500,000 and Will
that's-
Compton and not
but
even
that's
blinking.
nothing.
And
Yeah.
Will's sweating and I'm like, what do you?
Who
it's like,
cares? You got
know
daddy.
it's not. It's like, well, I don't want to like.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
that's it. It's-
But eventually you'll hit
and
they have Blackjack.
and it's like crazy. There's cameras. I think Aiden Ross was in there. I thought maybe I missed.
yeah, so the cameras are allowed.
let-
It's like
I saw a guy underneath the comments. Like if I did that at Blackjack table, there'd be
beat up.
guns drawn on
Yeah.
it. That's
because
how.
when I saw the cameras, I thought it was at Tom and Bert's private thing. That was like the regular casino, like cameras and everything.
With this room, you could bring in and
That's
do
what makes
whatever
me
the fuck
feel
you
though.
wanted.
That don't you think that maybe someone at Red Rocks is like, let's
No. Because Dana's willing to lose.
Right.
And he has the money to pay. And I took out a $2 million limit. I just happened to go 3-0. I don't know what they would have done. And at one point with Will, I gave my last, I had already given Will 35 grand to bet with. And then I was going to give him my last 25. And
and let me interrupt. You're all just doing this because you guys all just want to do it as like a group. Like is
yeah,
it
it's
a
like we
guys
all
thing, like-
won. And right.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I was pretty sure I'd get my
Money
35 back from Dana, which I did.
Right.
And I tried to give more and like, no, we got it. So it almost was like, hey, Barstool's here. And
Let's make
Dana's
a good
going to
time.
make sure we have fun.
I was gonna
And
say,
I saw it
so
today. I was
does
saying,
Dana-
Ari Emanuel.
Dana do this like for PR almost? Like
No,
like-
I don't
like
think so. He was just
I'm
being
the
nice.
funnest guy in the world.
No, I think he loves Will and he loves Taylor.
Yeah.
Like, do you know Ari Emanuel?
I know the name. But
He's the head of WME. He's Entourage.
Right.
So WME owns like UFC and WWE. They own both of it. Like he walked in today in the casino. He's like, "Hey, heard you guys had a great time. Like so much fun." And who wouldn't have fun?
So
You're guaranteed to win. Last night, everybody at Barstool was guaranteed to win.
Yeah.
And we
I
may
guess-
still be there if we weren't good. Like Dana would still be putting chips in.
And when do you win it back little by little, or he's like, you're down 400, we're gonna bet 400
No,
to
you
get you
can't.
back.
It's 30 grand max. Now,
right. So you
Yesterday,
still have to get on a hot streak.
everybody was hot
Right.
until Will got there.
Got
So
it.
it was quick. Bang, 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 bang. Then Will went ice cold.
So he lost like how many in a row?
I mean, it's down 400 grand betting
30 grand.
starting
So,
at 10.
yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. So he's sitting there just lose.
But it's not. There's a lot. Listen, we were there early. Taylor, we were like, all right, let's go gamble. And Taylor's like, we got to wait till Dana gets here. And people are chirping me in the comments. There's the videos. Like, why is Dana touching the cards or telling you what to do? Well, he's funding the whole goddamn operation.
He can do
I'll
whatever the fuck he
wants.
wants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you were kind of getting like big times? Like I feel like usually you're that guy in the room.
No, I don't care. It's something to do. I won 90 grand in 3 seconds. I was happy.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, I
was gonna say, I don't give a fuck about egos if you're doing that.
I was mini Dana.
Right.
Like I
You were-
somehow gave 50 grand by accident to our crew. I don't know how.
Crazy.
I don't know where it went.
That is crazy.
But when you win, I didn't really give a fuck. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was fun. I mean, how could it not be?
Right.
So
I would like to know what his like lowest. You know,
He's
how dark
had-
did it ever get? Was
No,
he
I'm
down
sure he's lost
5 million.
millions.
You know,
I'm sure he's lost millions.
Yeah.
But I mean,
because he's just like, I got to go to an event.
yeah,
like,
correct.
Yeah, like
that would have
the
been
match
the
is
thing.
about to start.
He's got power slap tonight,
Right.
And
If Will was down
power slap
400 at
happened,
8
then-
o'clock.
yeah. But he just, you know what it would have been? Will would have had to get like power slap tattooed on his forehead. Like you now work for Dana. That's how it works. You don't have the cash.
That's a salary right there, yeah.
Correct. That's why you see Taylor Lewan fucking going to the ends of the earth for
Filleting
Dana
him.
White. He
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
works for him, not me.
Hey.
So
Can't blame him.
all right, there it is. Last rundown of the week. Pick of the game. Who we got?
I like the Chiefs 34-30.
All right.
I like the Chiefs too. I think it's gonna be a high scoring affair though.
I still am on the Chiefs, but I may switch. So there you go. That's a rundown from Vegas.